What is up, people? YouTube, thank you for tuning in. Grant with Splash Tanks here, and today we're gonna give the CO2 tank an overhaul. So I already took the fish out of there. I'm gonna trim up some of these plants, keep them for later, and then we're gonna completely tear this thing apart and start all over, give it a complete new look. But all right, enough talk, let's get into it. Time to start trimming. As you can see, this is one dense tank. I let this thing grow out for quite some time. Those plants are so tall that they were even like curling over in the tank just to be able to stay in the water. I did build a river tank somewhat recently, so check that video out right here if you want to see, and that kind of took up a lot of my time. I've been busy with that, making that look real nice. So now it's time to do this tank. Now this tank is actually in my living room, so this is probably a good tank to be nice and pretty, so I thought what better way than to give it a nice overhaul and get her going. So I'm gonna take out all the equipment. I'm not gonna clean any of that equipment because when I do reassemble the tank, we're gonna put it all back in so it all has beneficial bacteria still in it. Now here's the cool shot. This is the Monte Carlo carpet. I'm pulling it out just by hand. It comes out so cool in just one big chunk. I've wanted to do this for a while. I was curious to see how it would actually come out, and I think it looks pretty dang cool being pulled out. And you can see how dense those roots are, just grabbing all that aqua soil. It's pulling it all out at once, and all the plants are coming out at once as well. Time to suck out the water and actually get everything out of the tank. I didn't show it on camera, but I did take it outside and actually clean out the entire tank. So I'm gonna start with some Amazonia aqua soil. This is my favorite type of soil to use for planted tanks. The plants love all the nutrients in it. I think it looks awesome with how dark black it is. And then also it lowers the water. It makes it a little more acidic, roughly makes the water pH like 5.5 to 6.5. So that's really good for lots of types of like shrimp and fish that enjoy that lower pH, more acidic range. They also come with the little supplements that you can put in the soil as well. So the soil itself does already have quite a bit of nutrients, but hey, it comes with the bag, so I might as well put the extra nutrients in for the plants, so that way they can really flourish. I just stick them under the soil. And here is the centerpiece. I went to my local fish store looking for something cool. I saw this one and I knew immediately that's it. That's her right there. That's going dead center in the tank. That's gonna be my beautiful focal point. I thought I'd accent it with a little more hardscape. I have some river rocks that I thought I'd just put around the base, give it a nice little touch. I didn't want to overdo the hardscape in this tank because I did want to do quite a bit of plants, but I thought that just a little rounded hardscape in the center would be a really cool centerpiece. And that's the final result for the hardscape. I did squirt it with a spray bottle so you can see the wood wet too, which kind of changes the color of the rocks and the wood just a little bit. So it looks really cool. And of course the hardscape does take a while, so I did rearrange it quite a few times while I made it, but that's the final result. This right here is some basically dwarf hairgrass. I thought it looked cool because it looks like a little lawn. I wanted to switch it up from the Monte Carlo, and I wanted to try this out instead, see how they grow. So I'm excited to see those actually fill in, look like a little grass lawn. This next one is a tiger lotus. You may have seen these before. They're pretty cool. They have big leaves when they grow, big reddish green leaves that just look amazing. They're like nothing else I've ever seen, so I really wanted to try that in one of my tanks. This Anubis I thought would be a great accent piece in the rocks. It's nice and bright green. They don't grow super fast, but they look really good, really easy to grow too, so I just thought it'd be a great addition. This Bucephalandra I've actually never had before. This is the green variety. I thought it'd just be fun to kind of mix it up, so I got a new type of plant. I just want to see what it would do. It's not too big yet, so I put that between the rocks too, just give it a nice little accent. And here's another beautiful land of blue. I kind of want to see the difference. The other one was green and this one's blue, so I thought it'd be cool just to have them kind of somewhat near side by side and actually see the difference of what they look like. And this hydrophila, can't talk. I thought it looked pretty cool. It's kind of like flat and long. It almost looks like a brittle star if you've ever seen one of those there in the ocean. But I thought it looked cool because it kind of maybe spread out and add some nice ground coverage. And of course, the AR Mini is always an awesome plant. It stays pretty small, like 3 to 4 inches. You can trim it a lot and plant the stems and adds a nice pop of red. And here's the Anubis again. I decided halfway through, since I already had those accent plants in the rocks, to put it up on the wood to add a little color going higher in the tank as well, give the tank a little more depth. So you just get some super glue, stick it on there, and it'll dry in about 10 seconds, let them go, and they're good to go. I love this plant. The mini Bobitis thing, it looks so cool. It's like a little mini fern. I love how green it is, and I love the shape of the leaves. So when that grows in, I'm excited to see how that looks overall. And this Echinodorus reni, I know I'm butchering all these words, I think was a nice different type of shape of the leaves. These are more rounded than most of the other ones, so I thought I'd add just a nice little accent as well. And I thought these were pretty cool. Alternatheria variegatus, can't talk, but when these grow in, it looked pretty cool, at least on the website. They were green and like pinkish leaves kind of mixed together. So it wasn't just one solid colored plant, it was almost like a variety of both. And this, of course, the Tala rotofunda orange juice just looked like an amazing pop of reddish orange. I couldn't say no to those, so those had to go in the back. Those are growing nice and tall, be absolutely beautiful. And I do have this new CO2 pipe. So this one, you actually heat the pipe up and bend it around the tank. I'm not gonna lie, I should have practiced more. It did come with a couple little pieces to practice with, but you know me, I'm just like, it'll be fine. I'll just bend around and be good. So you heat it up, you bend it around. There is a little tiny like pipe within the pipe, so that way it doesn't collapse on itself. However, as you can see, when I bent it around the tank, it's a little higher than I wanted it to be because I should have bent it higher up. But oh well, here we are, it still looks good. Throwing that filter back on, throwing that heater. And like I said, I did not clean that filter or the heater or the surface skimmer at all. I'm leaving everything on there and in the filter, especially for that beneficial bacteria to help cycle this tank even faster. And the always important Purigen, I love this stuff. This is what keeps the water crystal clear. So I'm gonna take out the old Purigen. You'll see how dark it is right here. So that's the exact same thing, just when it absorbs all that darkness, it turns pretty much black. So we're swapping that out for the brand new clean one. And as you can see, that filter sponge is pretty dirty, but it is staying in. I am not cleaning it, not doing anything. You're staying in that tank and you're gonna cycle it. All that beneficial bacteria is here to stay. Now there's nothing left to do but add some water. You can see my little rigged bag right there. I poked a bunch of holes in it so that way it wouldn't stir up the groundwater and plants too much. Some of the plants did release, they always do, but you just got to put them back in, no problems there. And I'm so excited for the final result. And here it is. That CO2 bubbler is working amazing. I think the plants look so cool. They're blowing in the little current right there. And I did move a couple of the plants around afterwards too, just to make it fit a little better, but there it is. As you can see, there's a ton of CO2 in the water. There's bubbles everywhere, but dang, do I like how this tank looks. When these plants grow in, it's gonna be absolutely amazing. As you can see too, I have my little autosinkless catfish in there. This is a couple days later, cleaning the tank for me. I wanted to get a recording of it without the CO2 on as well, so you can see the difference right here from previously. There's no CO2 bubbles in the water, so it looks a lot clearer versus all the bubbles in the water. But these plants are awesome. They're very small right now, well, most of them at least, but they are gonna grow nice, dense, and beautiful, and I cannot wait to see how this goes. Let me know what you think I should add to this tank, what kind of stock I should put in it. It's about a 16-gallon tank, so it's a decent size. Could get a decent variety of fish in there. But all right, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. This is Grant with Splash Tanks. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I really appreciate your guys' support. And as always, have a great one.